Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today. And we are looking at the match between Sri Lanka and South Africa. In fact, the series has ended, the one-day international series has ended in favor of South Africa. But Sri Lanka put up, in fact, I would say one would credit Sri Lanka for putting up a gallant chase here. In the end, the match became very interesting in the end, at Sri Lanka losing 5 wickets for probably 25 runs because they were sailing very well with Kumar Sangakkara at the crease at 275 for 4, I reckon, or T71. But then they lost 5 wickets in a very like committing harakiri. But fortunately enough, Senanayake struck the winning blow, which was a 6 to set matters, and this was their second successful 300-run chase that Sri Lanka did, and that's real credit to them. This happened at the New Wanderers Stadium, the Bull Ring as we call it, in Johannesburg. So Sri Lanka salvaging, not only salvaging something, putting up a good fight in this one-day series, coming back after being 0-3 down, and then finally the series finished in Sri Lanka, in South Africa's favor, 3-2, and Sri Lanka won this match by 2 wickets, 1 ball remaining. Well, that is another thing. The other news, I'll be talking about that, but briefly I will also touch upon certain important things which has happened today. One is the inaugural Big Bash League tournament was played today, and one was waiting to see who is going to join the Perth Scorchers in the final. Well, it has been decided it's going to be the Sydney Sixers who actually beat the Hobart Hurricanes. It was a very exciting match, and Sydney Sixers have reached the final of this inaugural Big Bash tournament, and they will take on Perth Scorchers in the final. And then let's talk about Zimbabwe. Now Zimbabwe, I was telling you, they put up a good show with the ball there, restricting New Zealand to 272 for 7 declared. But today, their batsmen came to the fore, and that is something which Zimbabwe will be very happy about. New to New Zealand conditions, and they have stuck it out well. There's some good knocks coming from Chakaba, Waller, and Zimbabwe has in fact taken a lead. They are 328 for 9. So that is something that Zimbabwe will be very proud about on this tour, because this is the first tour match which is happening. But Zimbabweans are really putting up a good show here with the bat as well as the ball. Okay, let's head on to the match which we really need to talk about, and that is between Sri Lanka and South Africa, which actually finished at the New Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, bringing an end to this series. And Sri Lanka were the ones who won the toss in this fifth and final one-day international and inserted South Africa in. Well, as in fact Sri Lanka had early reward today when Alvaro Peterson was caught by Matthews with bowling of Malinga for 6. That was the first wicket, and Du Plessis was out for 24 of 39 balls with 2 fours. After that, it was absolute mayhem. From 70 for 2, South Africa raced on to 256, and the person in the middle was Graham Smith, making 125 of 143 deliveries, 9 fours and 4 sixes, and all the 4 sixes that Graham Smith hit was over mid-wicket, and this was hit off the bowling of Sachitra Senanayake, the right arm off spinner, whose 9 overs cost him 50 runs on a wicket. And Graham Smith, let me tell you, he's really, he's getting into form at the right time, I would say, because South Africa have the New Zealand tour coming up now. South Africa and New Zealand will be playing each other, and I think it really augurs well for South Africa, because Graham Smith cracked 125, joined in, and what Graham Smith did is, the other day he made 68, and today, after 2 years, Graham Smith has gone to his century. So that is very bad news for all the opposition, because Graham Smith, if he gets going, is a real bloke to watch there. And A.B. devilliers was there along with him in this partnership, murdering the bowling, and A.B. devilliers just carried on from where he left off. But today, he didn't miss his century. He was there to take South Africa to a score of 312 for 4, combining in a partnership of 186 runs, which is the second highest between South Africa and Sri Lanka in one-day internationals. And A.B. devilliers made 125 of just 98 deliveries, 10 fours and 4 sixes, and AB de Villiers today, his play was absolutely the same. He just carried on from where he actually missed that century, went on to make 125. A lot of very good placements, sweet timing. He also played the scoop. Probably one would have known is the Dilshan scoop, the Dil scoop, but AB de Villiers came up with that today. And what was interesting, the other day he was targeting the extra cover boundary. Today, the leg side was his favorite area. He was going over the left side. Even if any of the pace bowlers used to bowl to him around or around his off stump, he used to go there and cart him them for sixes. And they just looted 109 runs of the last 10 overs. So you could just imagine, the way South African batting machine was. And that was it. And then Graham Smith was a victim of Malinga. Malinga had a very bad day today. 10 overs costing him 79 runs. The batsman going after him. So AB de Villiers was not out in the end. South Africa finished 312 for 4. Morkel was run out on 18 of 11 balls with 3 fours. Dumini was not out on 5 of 2 balls with 1 4. Well, bowling figures, nothing really to talk about as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. Their main strike bowler, Lasith Malinga, came in for some heavy tap. 2 for 79. Kulashekara, none for 46. 1 for 16. Senanaike, the red arm off spinner, had 1 for 50. And then talking about the Sri Lankan innings, had a good start. Tilakatne Dilshan and Taranga combining to make 72. Taranga was initially dropped by Mon Markel. Very easy chance, but he was dropped there. And Taranga made 46 of 39 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. And Tilakatne Dilshan cracked 41 of 49 balls with 5 fours. But the man of the moment, the man of the match, Kumar Sangakkara, along with Lahiru Thirumalai. Chandimal was dismissed by Parnell for 20. That was 119 for 2 when Dilshan departed. And then the score went on to 175 with Chandimal contributing 20, with Sangakkara absolutely dominating the strike there. But when Thirumalai joined, there was a 100-run partnership. It was a very, very important partnership which took Sri Lanka to victory. Thirumalai was playing some very good strokes. Sangakkara, as you know, how strong he is on the offside with his whips and on the leg side. He just played like a veteran. And he was guiding them. This was the time. It was the turning point. 275. And Sangakkara went on to make a century of 97 deliveries with 10 fours. And when his wicket was gone, caught Peterson bowled Dumini. It was Thirumalai and Matthews. And then suddenly, the Sri Lankan innings went totally haywire. That's not much to do. 275 for 4 in the 45th over. Sri Lanka would have said, yes, now we have the match on hand. But that didn't happen. 38 runs were separating them. And suddenly havoc struck them. Angelo Matthews came in, holed out to Peterson, or the bowling of Parnell for 6 of 5 balls with 1 4. The last one-day international hero Tisra Pereira walked in, was caught by Duplessis or the bowling of Dumini for 2, and suddenly there was sort of a lull there. And then Kulashekara, Peterson came in and struck a very telling blow actually. The last over, 6 runs required. Kulashekara tried to give room for himself the very first delivery he faced and tried to carve Peterson. Paid the penalty, was clean bowled for a duck, and Thirumalai was gone for 69 as Rangana had took a single and gave Thirumalai the strike, and Thirumalai cracked the ball onto third man. Peterson taking the catch, and it was Morkel who took the catch. He was gone for 69 of 63 balls, 7 fours, a very good hand. But after that, Senanaike walked in, 2 balls and 6 runs to win, and Senanaike carted the bowler Peterson over the pickets for a 6 to actually finish off the match. He was not out on 6 of 2 balls, so some drama coming in the final stages of in this South Africa Sri Lanka match, but it really made it very exciting. Herath was not out on 1, it was all over. Sri Lanka had won this match. So as I said, Sri Lanka did a good job. There was some real flutter, I would say, because 5 wickets going on for 38 runs, and suddenly it was Senanaike who had to just go for broke. There was no choice. 2 balls and 6 runs, and Senanaike hit the penultimate delivery over the pickets for a 6. Mon March, so 314 for 8. So very successful, second successive 300 chase done by Sri Lanka. Really going. I think they are really peaking there. Mon Markel, none for 49. So Tsobe 7 was 254. Dumini 2 for 44. They all shared the wickets. 2 for 51 for Wayne Parnell. 2 for 38 for Robin Peterson. South Africa won the series 3-2. Kumar Sangakkara of Sri Lanka was named another match. And AB de Villiers the captain of South Africa, getting his first century as the captain of South Africa, was named man of the series. And why not? He was absolutely wonderful. He was a treat to the South African fans and spectators at the Bull Ring, not only there, throughout the series. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Happening show for today. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.